In July 2025, Russia's Supreme Court did something that left legal experts and international observers scratching their heads. Behind closed doors, with journalists strictly banned from filming, the court officially designated the international Satanist movement as an illegal extremist organization. On paper, the Kremlin declared a total victory in what they called the eternal struggle between good and evil. But beneath the surface, this ban isn't really about people worshiping the devil. It is about a much bigger, much more calculating political strategy. If you ask the Russian state, the threat is imminent. The Russian Prosecutor General's office accused these alleged satanic cults of hostility toward traditional faiths, destroying Orthodox shrines, and recruiting youth online. Patriarch Kirill, the head of the Russian Orthodox Church, explicitly pushed for the ban, arguing that Russian soldiers are fighting a holy war against these satanic forces. But here is the catch, and the detail that trips up most observers. Human rights groups and independent journalists point out that a cohesive, structured group called the International Satanist Movement does not actually exist. Just like their 2023 ban on the non-existent international LGBT movement, the Kremlin has legally outlawed a broad, undefined label, and in Russian law, banning a label is an incredibly powerful weapon. By inventing a shadow enemy, the state gains an all-purpose tool to crush internal dissent and police public culture. Under current Russian law, displaying the symbols of an extremist group can carry up to 4 years in prison. Because Satanism has been left completely undefined by the courts, it can now be weaponized against almost anything the state dislikes. We're already seeing the fallout. Local authorities have used the ruling to shut down pop culture cosplay conventions like Necro Comic Con, cancel popular theme parties, and heavily suppress public celebrations of Western holidays like Halloween and Valentine's Day. Essentially, if it looks too Western, too countercultural, or doesn't conform to the state's vision of traditional family values, it can now be branded as satanic hybrid warfare and criminalized. Ultimately, banning Satanism is less about theological warfare and more about geopolitical posturing. It allows Moscow to draw a hard cultural line between Russia, cast as the final fortress of traditional conservative morality, and the West, which Kremlin rhetoric frequently paints as morally corrupt and spiritually dead. By legally banning the devil, the state has given itself the ultimate authority to decide who is a saint and who is an enemy of the state.